Student participants meet monthly here in this kitchen, where they fellowship, cook, and enjoy delicious dishes just like this one. 10 years ago, English professor Dr. Christy Ingram had an idea to bring a writing center to campus. Now, along with the changes to the first floor library, the writing center is finally here and fully operational to help students. Rise and shine. Did you know there's someone on Olivet's campus who is TikTok famous? Besides just hitting the whoa, he is also a Paralympic swimmer. And, to add on, Caleb Kripe is also a great friend to everyone he meets. While ramen noodles and frozen meals are a staple on the college dorm menu, there are now some better options. Olivet dietetic students are bringing some great taste and savory smells to a brand new club on campus.
And whisk it up so that the yeast...
Senior dietetics major Anna Town had the idea after a conversation with a fellow student. Anna had various classes in the Weber kitchen and wanted to use the space to build community with other students.
We really wanted this class to kind of be a place where students that don't really know how to cook that much aren't intimidated or anything. So a lot of the things we go over are super basic, things that really anyone could do. And so we hope that it just kind of integrates some community, and food is such a communal kind of activity.
This monthly class provides an opportunity for students to learn how to cook delicious, nutritional meals on a budget. Tom was pleasantly surprised when around 20 students showed up to the first class.
Man, well, this was a lot of fun. I'd say probably my favorite part was working with the team that I was in my kitchen. We had a lot of different tasks to cover, and we did a good job at breaking down the dish into its different components and each taking care of a different part, and then working together to bring it all into one final dish. Let's eat. Yes!
The class is currently ran by 3 dietetic majors and is a part of the Student Dietetic Association.
You're going to want to make sure your counter is really floured.
After a brief description on how to cook the dish, students are sent off to their designated kitchen areas where they work with their teammates to prepare a delicious dish.
I'm excited for just bringing together a different group of people that's kind of random, and all cooking food together and then being able to eat it together.
This class is about more than just improving one's cooking skills. Participants say this has been an excellent way to build community and bring a group of people together who possibly wouldn't have crossed paths before. Student participants meet monthly here in this kitchen, where they fellowship, cook, and enjoy delicious dishes just like this one.
I'm sure there's at some point a max capacity with the space that they have here, but up until they hit that max, I think everybody should be here. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Last month's menu included nakapuri and lemony garlic chicken and orzo soup. Each month, members will be introduced to a new dish. For Access ONU, I'm Brooke Galt. Many of you have just seen one of the most popular events on campus, Broadway Review, but exactly what kind of work goes into putting on this production? Student directors spent countless long nights in Kresge and even collaborated over the weekend, working endlessly to turn their creative vision into reality. With over 90 student participants and a full auditorium, this year's production was quite the show. The intriguing plot, set in a performance-themed restaurant, features various different numbers from popular musicals such as Dear Evan Hansen, Mamma Mia, Hamilton, and The Color Purple. While seeming effortless on stage, the creative process behind this event is quite elaborate.
Yeah, it's just been a very long process, and while this show may have taken a month to put on a stage, we've been talking about this for much longer than that.
Each year, student directors create a team and spend months writing, composing, choreographing, and collaborating to create a cohesive story idea. This year, the dynamic team of Andrew McBurney, Kaylee McElrath, Ashley Camholes, and choreographer Jackson Thornhill earned the privilege to run with their idea.
Back in March, we started this journey of just brainstorming what we wanted this to look like. All 3 of us really loved Broadway Review and knew we wanted this year to be something just so special, and so it's really cool that after all this time of planning and preparation, we finally get to see something come to life on the stage.
Student directors claim that while directing the show was rewarding and a ton of fun, it's also intense work. After their story was approved, the team jumped right in and hosted auditions early in the semester. Hours were spent in Kresge listening and discussing while students showcased their talents in both vocals and dance.
Broadway Review is a review of show tunes, which are very popular, also ones that are contemporary, as well as looking into the past. And it is totally put on by students. Students direct all the numbers. They come up with a storyline to tie the stories together as well. And the whole purpose of Broadway Review is to be a connecting point for students to get involved.
After casting calls, students immediately flood Kresge for preparation. With less than a month to prepare, rehearsals were held nightly every week and sometimes lasted 3 or 4 hours. However, participants claim the work is well worth it and encourage future students to get involved next year. For Access ONU, I'm Brooke Galt. 10 years ago, English professor Dr. Christy Ingram had an idea to bring a writing center to campus. Now, along with the changes to the first floor library, the Writing Center is finally here and fully operational to help students. A single vision slowly developed into a fully functioning student resource center that is now utilized and partly ran by Olivet students. The center may experience some changes in the near future, however, when tutor Ann Smith takes over as head director.
At the Writing Center, we help students with all sorts of writing assignments. They're not just assignments for English, but whatever writing assignments students have, they can come to the Writing Center via appointment or by walk-in, and they'll get assistance with specific questions that they have in all matters of their writing process.
This somewhat hidden gym is located on the first floor of the Benner Library, in what used to be just an instructional lab. The lab is now being transformed into a space where students can come to stay focused and be productive.
Writing Center is a really awesome resource for students who might need a little bit of extra help just forming papers or even editing sources and stuff like that. It gives a more comfortable environment than sometimes going and asking your professor for help. And sometimes students that work here, such as myself, will be able to help you because they've actually already taken the course.
I have no idea what I'm doing for
The Writing Center faculty were quick to dispute the misconception that students can simply drop off a paper and expect the Writing Center to proofread and edit it.
So at the Writing Center, we're hoping to do more workshop-based projects and really expand in what we can offer students.
They won't simply do your paper for you. However, this doesn't mean the center will not benefit students. The main goal of the center is to be a catalyst for students to build on their writing skills and make regular visits to the center. The Writing Center currently takes place here in this lab. Some aesthetic changes may be occurring sometime in the future. Smith has plans to eventually turn what is now a dark, unwelcoming lab into a space where students want to come study.
In the future, we're going to be working on making the Writing Center a little bit more of a relaxed environment, which will be a good place for students to write as well as getting assistance.
While Ingram encourages professors to tell students to utilize this amazing asset, ultimately it will be the students who decide to choose to seek the assistance they need. For more information, visit the Writing Center in the Benner Library. For Access ONU, I'm Brooke Galt. While ramen noodles and frozen meals are a staple on the college dorm menu, there are now some better options. Olivet Dietetic students are bringing some great taste and savory smells to a brand new club on campus. Do you realize how much work goes into the many student events on campus? Thanks to ASC, which stands for Associative Student Council, is Olivet's group of elected students who have a passion for helping you get involved on campus. From practices to games to rehab sessions, athletic trainers are just another part of the team. Athletic training students get the full hands-on experience, complete with filling water bottles, creating individual rehab plans, and watching closely to tend to any injuries on the court. Everyone at Olivet knows Nathan Lane leads the worship team every Wednesday and Thursday during chapel. However, you might not know that Nathan, alongside other students and ONU graduates, is quite active with his band People of Freedom. I sat down with Nathan and the band to get an inside look at the work they do. Spoons for Forks is Olivet's improv team, known for their hilarious shows and quick-wit humor. But what if I told you they were a lot more than that? I got a rare opportunity to sit in on one of their practices and get a preview of what's to come for the team next semester. On Ken Hayes Road, just beyond Northfield Square Mall, Olivet students have found a church unlike anything they've seen before. It's called Adventure Commons, and it gives a new look to worship and a new and unique way to connect with God.